in this board, which Trump wants to essentially replace the UN, and that all countries have to do diplomacy with the United States through these means, everybody is physically below Trump, and they are all centered around Trump specifically. And they don't get to talk about any of their individual desires or wants or ideological motivations. They are all there to publicly lick his boots in unbelievably pathetic ways. They were all given, it appears, USA hats. Some of them wore them, including the president of FIFA, who was also there for some fucking reason.
Because he donated $75 million to the Board of Peace.
Yeah, and he just gets to be on the par with Pakistan and Turkey. And then you also have Pakistan's prime minister saying things like, "You are truly the savior of South Asia," to Trump. And then Tony Blair also being there saying the Trump's plan is the only hope for Gaza and the world.
Yeah.
Like, it's all, everybody is just there to give a personal presentation to Trump about why they should not become ants under a magnifying glass. And this is the world that America wants to create.
It's so fucking insane that the UN Security Council went along with this, because they voted for it. They voted for it in the Trump 20-point peace plan, right? And they were like, oh, just so everyone knows, this is only about Gaza. And meanwhile, the Trump administration is like, nope, this is not only about Gaza. This is very clearly an attempt to undermine and replace the United Nations. You have Marco Rubio going out at the Munich conference and saying the UN failed to solve the Gaza crisis, right? Like, that is an insane thing to say. The United States vetoed, how many, 6 UN Security Council resolutions? The US stopped the UN from doing anything about Gaza. The US ignored the International Court of Justice, which is the world court of the United Nations, right? The US intentionally undermined and prevented the UN from being able to do anything about this, and then had the nerve to go out there and say, oh, well, they didn't do their job, so we have to create something new. We have to create the Board of Peace. And the Security Council ratified it. They approved it, even though it's very clear. The founding charter of the Board of Peace says, basically, we're an oversight organization for the United Nations. It says Trump, in his personal capacity, is the head of it forever, right? The UN does not countenance an oversight board. Like, no, it is supposed to be, that is supposed to be the adjudicating body for the entire world. It's just mind-numbing how little recognition there is among world leaders of what's actually happening. I was just texting today with friend of the show and former guest Jake Rom about this, and he was making this very astute point that this is the perfect encapsulation of the US as a mafia state. Mm-hmm. The US has just totally decided to abandon the liberal international order and create its own protection racket, because they used to be able to get the world to come and buy in on their foreign policy ambitions, right? If you remember, the first Iraq war had a lot of participation from the rest of the world. They all, were paying for it, essentially. As the war on terror went on, the U.S. had to go it alone increasingly. And now they're in a position where they're just like, okay, well, just fuck the UN entirely. We are just going to saber rattle and threaten everyone. And if you want protection from us, then you have to buy in. You buy in by, you join the board, you make your contribution, you come prostrate
you pay
yourself.
$1 billion for a permanent membership, which the White House did not deny. I was shocked they didn't even deny it in public. They lie about everything else, but this open extortion, they were totally cool with that being the message.